of roses.
This is called OSO easy, as in OSO and then easy. And I have to tell you, the plant breeder who came up with this rose sent it to me 7 years ago, before it was a proven winner selection, for me to try in my garden. And it is my favorite rose in the garden because I have no troubles with it. I have never pruned mine. I have never sprayed mine. And it may be just because of where I live, but I have a lot of rose bushes. And the Japanese beetles tend to get on everything. And for some reason, it never has touched this one in 7 years. It may be different where you live, but that was magic to me.
Wow.
And this rose bush is, as you can see, the color is great. The blooms are not the type that you would get for Valentine's Day. These hold up better in the garden. The blooms are about, maybe 3 inches or 4 inches across. And they're flattened out, but they're double. And my shrub is now 6 feet tall and 6 feet wide. They tend to average around 4 feet by 4 feet. And they've got the dark foliage. But you can see what I mean about the flattened out bloom like that, how handsome that is. And just blooms, 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 never stops. And mine here in Pennsylvania is semi-evergreen.
Oh, interesting.
It still has half of its foliage.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. And we've actually had some really hard freezes already too, but they are hardy. This is brand new today, $29 per bush. This is for a beautiful plant, but like you said, it can get 4 feet by 4 feet or 6 feet tall. It all depends upon what you're feeding it and all. Speaking of that, we have Phillip's fertilizer right here. It's called the all-purpose time-release fertilizer. How does that work? And I'll give them the information.
All you do is sprinkle this around the base of the plant, and I do it 2 or 3 times during the growing season. Water it in. There's no mixing. There are no dirty fingers. Nothing but great results.
And it's $27.62 for that 2-pound bag.
You'll love it.
Okay, now do these have fragrance?
These have a slight fragrance, but they're more known for the bounty of blossoms. My shrub, which is mature, has about 100 blooms on it at the same time. And the gorgeous foliage, and it stands up. I remember when you were young and your grandmother had the spirea bushes that had that big vase shape. That is the shape that this shrub will have. You're getting a nice big head start because I'm sending you out this big proven winner in this big gallon pot right here. And these are going to carry on in your garden straight away. You'll have blooms like crazy. I do fertilize mine. And I have mine outside of the new window of the new addition to my house. That's why I put the window where I put it.
Because that's where the bush was.
Well, the thing is, I have a lot of things in my garden. This is what I want to showcase because it's one of the few things that will bloom all summer long. It's not going to give me troubles. It's just nothing but beauty. If you had one rose bush in your garden, this is the one I would suggest that you get. And you can have a pair of these, or if you want a row of roses in front of your privacy screen, this is great to dress up a screen that otherwise just looks like a barrier. This is a way to tart it up.
I got to tell you, turn it up is right. And like we said, if you can get this 4 feet by 4 feet and you figure out maybe you got 12 feet to cover, get 3 of them. They're $29 or 3 payments of $9.67. Now let's go through a couple little tidbits. When I get it home, whenever it ships, and it won't ship until it's time in your part of the country to actually plant it, then does this one like sun or shade? It's a sun plant.
Yes, roses like full sun. You can grow this in a large container because it's hardy to -30. Some things won't tolerate being outside in a large container, but this one will because it is so cold hardy. In a sunny area, and keep it modestly watered. I lightly mulch all of mine, and you'll also receive a growing guide that tells you all the specifics about this particular rose.
And these are the best things. Don't ever throw these away. In fact, you know what's so funny? We actually, our house that we just downsized last fall, and our house goes on the market tomorrow actually, and we've saved these so that we can give them to the new owner, whoever ends up getting it. So we can give these to say, okay, here's where this is planted, this is how you take care of it. So that's why I say don't ever throw these away. It gives you all the information you need, etc. And that way you've got a lot of your questions answered before you even have to ask them.
But you're getting the big plant to start, so I'm not sending you out a little plant.
That's a gallon pot, isn't it?
It's not bare root. It's nice, a big plant, so you're gonna have roses straight away. And I'm not kidding. This is my favorite rose that I've ever had in my garden. It's been there 7 years, no troubles. It just gets better every year. If you don't like to prune or don't know how to prune, this is the one for you.
Okay. And resist disease on this one.
Yes.
And don't these
I've never
bloom
sprayed
from
it.
like the early part of June right through to the fall?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's right.
We are just getting started. Tell me a little bit about your warranty.
Well, bottom line is I'm not going to be happy unless you're happy, and this is why I bring you these great plants. You can see the ways to reach us on the screen, but I guarantee your satisfaction for my perennials for an entire year in annuals and tropicals for 90 days from the time of shipment. We don't ask any questions either, other than, how do you like it?
What are your neighbors saying? Who are you making jealous this year?
That's right. Well, I live by myself. I just want to be happy.
That's exactly
That's all
right.
it is.
Hey,